This is Don J and
Ina J.
And this is Foreign Frequency. We have broke the normal code to find each other overseas, and our job is to show you exactly how to get the love that you want.
Sometimes your peace will not come from the same city or the same culture you expect. We are here to help you explore that.
In order to find the love that you're looking for, you may have to come out of your own zip code. Our job is to show you exactly who you need to be to either have the person of your dreams find you or you find the person of your dream. Welcome, and let's get started. Guys and gals, welcome to the very first episode. This is something insanely amazing that I wanted to do for a while, and we will get to the nitty-gritty onto why this even took so long from both of our perspectives. But this episode, I really want to articulate to you guys how we both came about and to really show you the start of where we are so that as time goes along, you can see us having kids, us getting a dog, upgrading homes, purchasing homes, putting on the construction hats, all that good stuff. But this is the zone that we start talking and having serious conversations as a couple. We want to give you some insight, but we also want to make things a little transparent. So I'm going to start with what we always say.
Guys, my name is Ina Johnson. Welcome to our first episode of Foreign Frequency. And here we're just going to share reality about us, reality about everything going around here. And yeah, it will be a fun ride.
Fun ride.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to start with me and myself. I am a musician. I'm also, I hate to use the E word because everybody's using it, entrepreneur, all that stuff. But essentially, in terms of relationships, I'm the type of person who always wanted to find a love. And by love, I don't mean this good feeling that everybody wants to find. When I say a love, I mean I wanted to find somebody that I can spend my life with and somebody who can help me learn. But I wasn't always humble enough to accept information that's coming in. Some of the things I'm going to talk about today, maybe or maybe not, Ina has even heard it. Maybe she has heard it. She just was falling asleep and she just don't remember. Like she's yawning right now. But essentially how this came about for me was I've been traveling countries for a while. I've given up on United States dating. If you don't want to do it, that's fine. But me personally, I gave up on it. When I gave up on it, I had a lot better dating experiences overseas. They weren't perfect, and it didn't mean that I found the perfect person for me. I wholeheartedly believe, and many people will not agree with me, I wholeheartedly believe that even if you find somebody who's good, they check the boxes of society, they can have money, they can have this, they can have big mioche, big butt, whatever. If that does not feel like your person, you will never want to stay with them long term. It just won't work. You won't feel the desire. You won't feel the love. And so I've been traveling overseas. And even though those dating experiences were better, I didn't find my person. You know what I mean? And so I was still searching. I went back to the United States to date again because at the time I didn't want one wife. I didn't want monogamy. And when I dated, I thought that I picked a good partner. And come to find out, it was one of the worst experiences that I've had in terms of dating. Gave that up. And then after I gave that up, I said, you know what? I don't want a wife. I don't want a wife. Too much. I'm good. Don't do it. No, don't go past go. It's fine. Don't collect $200. Just go. And so when I came to, and I'll let her tell this section of the story, but when I came to Kenya is when, actually right before I came, some things have changed and seemed like God himself was rewriting my heart. And I didn't want it. But he said, I don't care. So I wanted it, and now here we are. And I'll let Ina tell her side of her relationships. And then we're going to come together and talk about how we even started talking to each other. Goodness.
Okay, so awesome. Have been in a relationship before. And at some point, it was just this one relationship that made me feel like I don't even want a relationship no more. Anyway, so it was yes, a very bad experience, and I almost gave up. I was patient enough to wait until I find the right person, but I was kind of giving up. So yeah, but anyway, it was God's timing because He gave me a chance, gave me the right person. I felt His right person, and yeah, here we are.
There we are, man. And yo, now that we got that out of the way, I'm gonna unwind a little bit. So what you can expect from this podcast and every podcast episode is silliness. You're gonna see what we are like. We'll be serious at times. She might cry, I might cry, you never know. But no, actually we don't cry a lot, to be honest. We're kind of hardcore stoners. That's stone cold. But listen, man, in terms of us even talking, it was kind of weird. Like, I'm gonna be honest, this is a very transparent place. If you got kids watching this, tell them to click off. You're gonna have to be 18 for this episode, okay? For me personally, dating in the United States and dating in Kenya and dating other places, other countries is night and day. I am not one of those men who likes women who push up on you, right? I like the fact that you have more options. Don't get me wrong, but that super pushy thing, I absolutely hate it. And so one thing I did, and I'm just gonna be honest, one thing I did to test, which I didn't have to do with her because she never showed me one sign. One thing I would do to test is if they're being real flirtatious and this and whatever, I would be like, ah, man, let me test the words. And we'll flirt and I'll say, cool. All right, send me something. Right. And if they sent it to me instantly, I know I'm good. And I'll just start dropping off. Even worse off, I would call some of them. I'm like, y'all want to do a video call. I don't like doing, audio calls, or I don't want to do texting. I would call some of them and they would have certain ways, these women, king women, they would have certain ways of like having a blanket draped over or like doing something that's very like sexually provocative. And some of them would literally answer the phone full blown naked, literally. And for me, that's a turnoff. For a lot of you guys, you're probably like, that's great. Oh man, I love that. I would love for a woman. I'm telling you right now, and I mean no harm when I say this. Once you get experience and you know that you're looking for love, you don't want that. Because the first thing you're going to think is, well, who else did you do this for? With Ina, first of all, we didn't talk to each other for what, like a week or so? A week. And in her words, she said, let me check on this guy. This guy. Let me check on this guy. I haven't talked to him in a long time. And when we started talking, we were on the phone and she didn't do any of that. She didn't show me anything. She didn't insinuate anything. And more importantly, yo, when we were talking, the phone stayed on her face. She stayed present and she made, this is crazy. This is what I noticed. She made sure for the first two phone calls that the phone stayed within relative reach of her upper body. I paid attention to that. And every conversation we had was insane. How long did we talk, Ina?
Okay. Funny thing, our first call, it lasted 11 hours. From 8, I think it was 8 my time, like 8 East African time, 8 p.m. to I think 7 a.m. in the morning, or maybe even 8 in the morning. Our first call, 11 hours, and it was amazing. And on that first call, we said, okay, we are ready to date. Yeah.
Yo, for real though, like there's a lot of internet rules that are out there. Like, don't do this and don't do that. And especially this internet rule. Don't ever, she's probably never heard these internet American rules from these guys who are pretty much depressed and just on the internet showing you stuff that never works in the real world. Anyway, don't ever ask her out. If anybody's gonna ask to be in a relationship, it needs to be her. It needs, and I'm like, you're dealing with traditional women. I'm pretty sure we would have had a phone call and a phone call and a phone call and a phone call, and Ina would have never said, "Hey Donnie, do you want to be in a relationship?" So much so that second phone call, we were really talking. That second day was the same thing, 11 hours or so,
Yeah.
and literally at that point, I just knew. And some people would say love is long, that you take 6 months. Nah, we knew. bro, we knew. And in that moment, I was like, man, I'm breaking this stupid rule that I heard about. And I had to ask her because her response to me when I told her, I was like, man, I know how I feel about you. She's like, I know how you feel. And I said, I'm not going to say it. And she essentially said, you don't have to say, I know how you feel. And at that moment, I'm like, damn. Now I realize she's never going to make the move. Never. And so I had to tell her, like, yo, let's lock down. I'm trying to lock you down, girl. Like, you got something going on. Like, and from that moment, the Don and Ina, I'm going to butcher this because I'm a man. November 13th,
Do I remember for sure? November 11th. Yeah, that's our anniversary.
my anniversary.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So personally, from that first experience, to mention, actually, we met online. Yes, we met at some dating app. I
I don't even want to mention it.
don't even want to mention it for sure. We met on a dating site, and yeah, I can tell you guys, if you wanna try um relationship, maybe you want to meet people from outside your country, you want to have a different experience from your country, I'm very sure I can tell you from my own experience, it works. It worked for us. It can work for you. All you need to know, just listen to your feelings, listen to your heart. Don't be in rush. Just take things slow. Eventually, at the right time, you're gonna meet the right person.
You will. And I have to tell you this too, guys. I am big on privacy. And so no matter how big this gets, no matter how, our glow ups happen, our lives get better. Truth be told is even if we are at a point in our lives where we have to focus on our relationship, we will do so. And so if we have a point where we need to have a prayerful moment or anything like that, you'll find that we'll say, we're going on a fermentation break. It'll be a week, 2 weeks, a month, whatever the case is. But when you find something this good, especially if you find it off a dating app, you find something that's good, it is your job to protect it. Not just one person's job, but the other person's job also. I used to be in church and I used to watch these people say, fight for your marriage, fight for your marriage, fight for your marriage. You gotta fight for your marriage. And like pray, pray, pray. And you see people like crying, like, oh God, I'm fighting for my husband. And you look at these people, you look at these couples, many couples you can discern, those people are meant to be together. But I used to be married and they're like, pray, 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 and fight, fight, fight. And I'm like, I guess. And I mean no harm in what I'm saying, but when I found Ina, I've already reached the state. No one's whole. So let's get that out of the way. Not one person on this earth is whole. If you were whole, you'd be dead with Christ. I'm just being honest. If you were whole, you wouldn't need to fix anything. But there's a relative wholeness that you have in terms of being healthy enough for relationships. I wasn't that. I wasn't. And so I found these relationships and these marriages, and I'm like, oh, I'm with it because of this reason. I'm with it because of this reason. We said this is full transparency. Absolutely. I was with those people because I couldn't recognize who I was. People would tell me, you're this, you're this, you're this, you're this, but I didn't have the self confidence within myself because I didn't have the discipline within myself. I was almost 500 pounds. And so at that point, it's like, you take what you get. I wasn't doing stuff every day that built my self-confidence to say, "Yeah, I'm not doing that." Now, even just on the phone, as of recently, we're making deals with homes. It's like I wouldn't have the discipline. I would take a home that I cannot afford and just sit in it like, oh man, I can't. But now with discipline comes a lot of things. That's another conversation. But I was in these relationships, man, and they did not work out. I could not take myself seriously. People couldn't take me seriously because I couldn't take myself seriously. And that's one thing I can say when I finally chose Ina, what felt good was me not rushing anything, but also me not choosing her for some shallow reason, not choosing her for some reason that's going to help me and make me feel better about myself and just take a bunch of bullshit. And to be honest, no offense, that's like 90% of relationships. You don't see many relationships where people just stay with somebody. But we were all young. We were all stupid. I was young. I was stupid. So I found her. I appreciate her. And there's some things I want to tell. I'll wait till we're off camera to tell her, but I can't say it in front of y'all because that's my king and firecracker right there.
Okay, okay, okay. So personally, I'll also say discipline is very important to ladies out there. You want a perfect person, be perfect for yourself. You want this nice looking guy, whatever you say, financially stable, handsome. You want someone who's gonna be loyal to you. Be loyal yourself. Be loyal to yourself. Don't listen to bullshit out here. Don't listen to friends. Don't listen to no one. This is because if I personally, I had friends, I had family, I had everything. They're still there, but I choose who to listen to or what to share to people. Because your friends there will tell you, yo, it rains everywhere, because this is actually the slogan.
Hmm.
It rains everywhere. They'll tell you, oh, this guy has to do this, has to be like this, or maybe mostly I think relationships get ruined by company,
Mhm.
especially for ladies. These companies you're having out there, they're gonna ruin your relationship. You have to make choices. You want to stay married, have friends that are married.
Mhm.
Have friends that are going to give you important tips that will help your marriage. Don't be married and have friends that are single. You will start admiring the life. And it is something very normal.
Mm.
You hang out, whoever you hang out with, you'll start imitating their character slowly, slowly. Because after all, if you don't have any vibe or any connection with someone, you cannot hang out with them. So yeah, if you hang out with ladies who go clubbing every night, either way, you go clubbing for what? You're looking for, yes, you go to have fun. But there is these ladies you go to club this weekend, the next weekend, the next weekend, the next weekend. You can't tell me you're going to have fun. People are working out here. They have a lot of stuff going on. You don't have energy to go to clubbing every other weekend. Probably you're just going to look for some kind of validation there, or you're going to look for this man. You have your perfect person there. Just stay loyal to yourself. You'll have a loyal person. If you're still lying to yourself, you still meet this liar. Okay?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna tag in that. I'm gonna say something to you ladies that you may not understand too. And I've watched women grow old and not understand this concept. You can accept it if you want to, you don't have to. But when you take time to yourself, I'm a living witness. When you take time to yourself, you take time, you and God, you're teaching yourself and you're letting God know, okay, I want the perfect person or the perfect person for me to come. You cannot be blessed by consistently opening yourself up to different directions. You can't ask God and say, God, send me this partner that's going to help me and do this and do this and do this. But meanwhile, you're giving yourself. I watched a young lady at the time. She's older now. She's almost 50 actually. And I watched her. She was younger. She would spend time with these guys, smash. Spend time with these guys, smash. And the problem is, you can't serve two masters. I use that playfully. You can read books, you can go on YouTube, you can pray, you can devote that time to become who you need to be, or you can spend that time going and having fun and going and doing this. And I watched her. It's like, oh, I want a husband. Then the following week, never mind, I changed my mind. I want to smash. Oh, I really want somebody to take care of me. Never mind. And I watched this for years. And now she's to the point where I don't want to say clinically, but she's very depressed. I say all this to say, and I won't dash any of you. I'm just letting you know life is a communication. Your actions are communication. What you do with God is a communication. I waited. I didn't say I'm going to go from this marriage to this marriage to this marriage. I did that. I had to stop and say, you know what, God, you showed me the cracks. He showed me the cracks in myself. I say, God, she did this to me. He showed me the cracks in myself. No, God, she cheated. He showed me the cracks in myself. Even in my relationship now, I pray. I'm like, God, if this be in your will, let Ina do this, blah, 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 blah. And when I'm done with my little rant and like, God, I love her, but this is not working out. He shows me the cracks within myself. It's important and imperative that you find out what you're missing and what you're lacking. Because truth be told is, let me ask you ladies this. Why do you want to get married? If your reason does not include anything from servanthood, you're getting married for the wrong reason. There is no such thing as marrying a man because you want to be validated for the rest of your life. And so now you're realizing you're trading that one man of validation with other men of validation. Why do you want validation from people who even crucified Jesus? If Jesus came back and said he was coming back 3 times, I'm almost certain these same people you watch in the club will crucify him again. You don't need validation from imperfect people. Discipline will help you feel that cure within yourself.
Yeah, don't look for validation for people. Ladies out there, stop this spirit of lust. I'm telling you, stop lust. You'll feel, most ladies say this applies to only men. Oh, you want to be with this girl, this girl, this girl. You feel like these men, they have the lust, and you ladies, you have it more. You have the lust more. Because tell me why. It's not like that your boyfriend you left was okay, you left him for some reasons. But it wasn't like he wasn't that good for you. Maybe sometimes you leave someone for some even stupid reasons. And this is last. You find someone is very good enough to you. He wants he wants to wife you. He wants you to be your girlfriend or something. But you feel like something tells you financially stable. It's not like there is no person that will ever tell you in this world, like, I have enough money. Nobody. So if this guy is gone to you, is taking care of you with the little, doesn't matter how much he's taking care of you. The little keeps improving. Maybe every person who is in a relationship, they cannot tell you, like, in my first month of dating, this guy bought me a vehicle. In the first month of dating, this guy bought me a home. Nobody. It never started that. Maybe somebody started by just $10 date. It started like that. In 5 years' time, that's when you see people, oh, I'm buying my lady a car. You have to show these men your worth also. You have to. No one wants to waste money with the imperfect person. No one wants to waste money with hoes. I'm telling you. You have to stop this spirit of lust. Relax with this person. He loves you perfectly. You feel everything is working for him. Just relax. Yeah, patience is a virtue. Yeah, just be patient with this man. Be patient with this man, and it's gonna help your relationship so well. Don't let your feelings tell you he's not handsome enough, he's not financially stable enough, he's not this enough. Settle for that guy that loves you. It is so rare to find love outside here these days. Settle for him. Give him at least 5 years. You're gonna see the change. I'm telling you for sure.
Yo, she reminded me of a story. If you don't know, I'm a musician and my pastor is Smokey Norfolk, even though I'm in Kenya, back in America. My pastor is Smokey Norfolk, VC at Atlanta. If you need a church home, go there. But yo, he told this story in a sermon one time where he said, First Lady, his wife, they've been married for years. Almost 30 years. I can't remember. Excuse me. But he told this story of how his wife came to him and said, all right, man, you're going to try this music thing. You're going to try it for 5 years. And if that don't work, we're going to do something else. And lo and behold, he gave it a chance. He struggled. He was a substitute teacher. Struggled. His credit score, I think he said, was under a 4 or something. And eventually the music kicked off, but even she said 5. Now she didn't hear the story, but Ina said 5 years. Give him 5 years. And First Lady back in those days, probably the 80s, gave him 5 years and his career kicked off. He's a multimillionaire. But I used to say this a lot. If you're queen enough, you will always be able to convince your man to do better for himself. And what I mean by that also is, it takes a woman who believes in you and a woman who believes in her own passion and her persuasion. I used to hear the phrase, a submissive woman controls a man. And a woman who believes in the passion and believes in you is the best you'll ever get. Prime example, literally probably an hour ago. Ina knows I've been on a weight loss journey. She knows that I've been doing this on my own. I've been walking for 2.5 hours before I gave my house up and everything. But going to the gym and everything, I was extremely consistent when I was in the United States. She knows that. But we've come to Nairobi. We've spent some time together. We've been going places. And she says to me, because I had a big breakfast, guys. I ate a bunch of meat for breakfast. And we went out to eat for lunch, and I was going to eat the last portion of lunch and a burger. She says to me, I know something that if you get fat, then I always say we're going to have problems. Like,
Yeah, this is how I said it. You just continue taking burger because you start being fat again. It is personal.
exactly. And it takes a woman to know herself and to know that she has the influence. You can't, this is the last thing I'm gonna say because I don't want to be the one who talks so much. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. When it comes to relationships, I use the example of being a music producer. When I produced music and when I played music and helped with music, there are people who would play 5,000 sounds. You load a sound bank, there's 5,000 sounds. And it's like, and you have to find the one that caters to the song that you're putting down. There'd be guys who would go through and spend 8 hours trying to find that sound bank. Meanwhile, because I have the tools, I have the knowledge, I have the skills to transform a sound into what I want it to be, I'm probably on the 18th sound. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make it into something. It comes out so well that if I later go down the sound bank from boredom, nothing compares to what I made because I made it, I tweaked it. When it comes down to relationships, you're lucky if you get 80. You're only probably going to get 50 as a man or as a woman. You have to go down that sound bank, choose a person who's close enough, and you have to believe in yourself enough to say, I know how to inspire that change. She said what she said and mentioned about the weight. Any person who was insecure or whatever, like, oh, you stupid. Nah, bam, don't say that. You like, no. It's like, I'm secure in the journey of where I want to go. And she just went and told me about that, bro. This is the sound bank. And God blessed me enough to where I went down my sound bank and I found 90. And I'm just going tweaking a little bit and stuff like that. But you have to understand, both men and women, y'all are saying, oh, I'm not going to settle. Why not? You settle for a car. It's called making a deal. You went to the dealership, you made a deal. Anything, why do we treat relationships like this perfect thing? You made a deal. I said I didn't want monogamy, but she came with her amazingness and convinced me after a while, and she made a deal. We made a deal. I go back to the United States, I'm not cheating because we made a deal. It's no different. Settle, 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 settle. You missing out on a whole life because of what? Something that somebody said on the internet, and you gonna believe them? And more importantly, you don't know what they're doing. They tell you, don't say this on the first date, don't do this, don't do this. Meanwhile, the nigga cracking 10 chicks. They talking about semen retention. Yeah, bro, it's been a year since I came. He just got a blowy last night, and you're listening to him. Come on, man.
Okay. He said, a submissive wife controls one. To maybe support this, I'll say it's 100% true. Because in the first time, like the first time we met, and yeah, after our very, very first time meetup, that is online, we talked literally in the next like 3 weeks, right?
Mhm.
The next 3 weeks, he came to see me. And at first, he wanted to be polygamous. Yeah, and he told me, you'll still accept the fact that I will want to have another wife. Either way, up to date, I've never known if it was really serious or he was just testing my faith. I've never known up to date. Maybe he's gonna tell me one day. But I felt from our communication online and everything. I felt he was an amazing man. I felt this is someone I would want to have more and more conversation with him. I felt, I cannot say like it was this much of love, but I felt this is an amazing person. So, yeah. So I thought of, so I felt this was an amazing man from our communication. We talked about a lot of stuff apart from even the love, us wanting to date or anything. We talked about so many personal experiences, so many life experiences, and I felt he was an amazing person. Even if not for a love, I would still choose him to be like a friend to me because he was kind of inspiring, and we had a lot of things we were talking about. And now the only dot that was still not tapped is the fact that he wanted to be polygamous. And he told me, you have to live with this. You have to accept that, yes, I'll take you. And you'll have to accept that I will have to get another wife. And I was like, this doesn't match with what I want. I don't want a polygamous husband. But am I gonna just say no and maybe block this guy or just leave him? Or am I gonna say yes and maybe give it a chance, or maybe give it some time to see whether it can change or something like that? But something was in my hand was telling me probably there is some reasons why he wants to be polygamous, or maybe he's just testing my faith. That is what I was telling myself. Probably there is an experience that has made me feel like maybe one wife is not enough for me. For him, I personally, I believed in myself. I believe that I can handle a partner. I believe that I am an amazing woman. I believed in myself. And now I said, okay, after all, we had already started planning for him to come see me personally now. I said, I'm not gonna cancel him or anything. I'll accept to meet him. I told him, okay, I accept with your terms. You're gonna be polygamous, but at least give our relationship, I said 5 years?
5 years.
Yes. Give our relationship 5 years. If this 5 years doesn't match with what you're looking for, or maybe in this 5 years, if you still feel like you want another wife, it is okay with me. I am ready. 5 years. I am ready to give it 5 years. Yeah. So we agreed. And yes, he came to meet me the first time. And for the first time, he was like, I have some few people we have become friends already in your country. Some few people I've talked to in your country, we have become like friends already. I would love to meet them. And these people, ladies, he wanted to meet some ladies. I told him, okay, no problem. So we met. I went to pick him up. And I can't tell you the bond that the first meetup brought. I don't know. It was just a bond. I don't know what to call it, but we had a very nice bond. The first meetup at the airport. And now coming back, yeah, we stayed together for 10 days. Wow. That first day, his stand was, I want a second wife. The second day was like, I didn't ask anything. It was like, you know what? I feel like I don't want to meet these friends no more.
Yeah.
Okay. I said, well and good. After like 3-4 days was like, I think I changed my mind. I don't want no more wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you ladies, every man, they have what they want of them. It is not only you who want handsome, tall, dark, financially. It is not only you who has what you want in a man. They also know what they want in a woman. They also have what they're looking for. You just have to prove to this man that you are enough for him. No one wants to spend like maybe 50 years, 20 years, or maybe of their life investing in a fake relationship or investing in somewhere they're not feeling any comfort or anything. You can give this guy 5 kids, 10 kids, and he still breaks up with you. Why? You're still not being the woman you wanted. So you also have to work on yourself. Work on yourself, you're going to get an amazing person. You're going to get an amazing partner. Work on your discipline. Work on yourself. Be this amazing woman, you get an amazing man.
I'm gonna tell you this, man. She's 100% right. When I told her that I wanted another wife, we talked about this a few times, and there were some things, and I'm going to get to the nitty gritty while she's on the camera. There were some things that I wanted, and I wanted to see within Enoch. And this issue came up twice. The first time I said, "It's okay, cool. I want a second wife." And when I met her, she was amazing. Everything was fine. I said, "Damn, I think she changed my mind." Right after that, I went back home, and our relationship, while separate, was not that good. There are things that she was doing, not necessarily from a single perspective, but more so from a freedom perspective. Like, I'm used to doing this, I'm used to just going, I'm used to going. And then she didn't understand what it meant to communicate. And with the communication, I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this with just one person anymore. And so I came back to see her the second time, and I'll not forget. When I came back to see her, I was honest with her. Sidebar from that, a lot of you guys are so afraid of telling the truth to a woman, and you'll lie. You'll literally lie to her, whether it is to get cheeks or whatever. You could legit sit in someone's face in both faces. I feel like if you can do that, you can be a serial killer. I'm just saying. But I was able to say to her, yeah, I still want to see this other woman. I want to spend time with her. And her response was insane. It wasn't a "Get out of my house, this is this," blah, blah, blah. It was, "Help me understand why. Help me understand why you wanna see her." And we spent time negotiating. Like I said, she's an insane negotiator. If you need a negotiator, bro, I swear she'll get you the best deal. I swear to freaking goodness, she'll get you the best deal. But we negotiated, and before we could even come to terms, she says, "Tell me what you feel." And I told her at the time, I'm like, "Yo, I love this woman. I wanna go see her." And for her, she was crushed, but I would rather not do that, not lie, and just proceed on with my life and say, "I'm going to buy some dishes from a store. I'm going in town. I'm gonna ride a motorbike to do." So I told her so we can have a discussion because I wanna include her in it. And so this is the turning point. After I told this woman that I loved another woman and that I wanted that woman to, be my second wife, she went to sleep. She was angry. I was angry. I wanted her to conform. She wanted me to conform. We didn't really want to meet each other in the middle, but she went to sleep. And after she woke up, the first thing she did, she said, "I heard your feet scraping near the couch, near my ears, and your feet sound like sandpaper." She was always honest with me. And so I said, "Okay, cool." And this woman, after discovering everything that I've said, washed my feet, soaked my feet, scrubbed my feet, rinsed my feet to her perfection. I think it took like an hour to her perfection. And we're sitting in the room, not really mad, but just tension still. We're not saying anything, but she's doing this. And what that taught me is she can operate beyond her emotions. And from that point on, that moment on, logically, no feelings, no second wife, no none of that stuff. Logically, as a man, I said, if I'm going to proceed forward in my life, it makes sense to do it with just her. And she's right. A lot of times when men want polygyny or polygamy, it's because they can get their entire need met with a few women at a time. This woman runs off at the mouth. This woman can't cook. This woman don't put out as much as you want. You get a compilation. When I tell you this woman is crazy over me, there is no other thing that I want. And more importantly, it's not a faked thing. I've had fake relationships. Very seldom do men meet a one-time wife. They try to force it, but very seldom do they meet that. And I feel extremely grateful to have met Ina. And I've told her countless times, I'm going to make her life a living heaven as much as I can. So God help me, because she deserves it.
Yeah. So, guys, I almost lost this man to another woman. The second time, okay, yeah. The first time, yes, we agreed. The second time, we agreed. He was here for like 10 days, 11 days, went back to his country. But now I was at a comfort zone. I knew I found a man. Now I forgot. Now I'm in a relationship. That's why I mentioned about friends and everything. I forgot I was in a relationship. Started hanging out with friends again. You want to talk to me? I'm not available for the whole night, and I'll just put him in a situation where like, what's happening right now? Blah blah blah. We used to have calls at night, like almost the whole night. Yeah. So I'm not available to talk to him. I'm not giving him my time. I'm out there hanging out with friends, doing some stupid shit. And now, yeah. And now after coming back the second time, before he even came, he told me, you know what? I think you're still not ready. I still love you. I still want to spend time with you. I still want to get married to you. But I'm gonna get you a helper. I'm gonna get you this second wife. Oh my God. I didn't take it that personal. I've had feelings on it because I also felt, there is something I am breaking. I am breaking the terms of our relationship and everything. I didn't take it that personal. He came back and he told me right to my face, I'm gonna meet another lady. I'm gonna meet someone else.
We'll call her, for the sake of the video, we'll call her Lock or something.
Luck.
Lock, yeah.
Whatever. I'm gonna meet Luck. Okay. I told him, okay. But first I want to know what's changed. What changed our agreement? What changed what we had? What changed everything? And he pointed some few things out. And yes, it was true. I was not being this, and he's a very upright man. Is very upright with what he wants, is very straightforward. You agree, even if it's business or anything, you agree, this is what you're gonna do. You change it, that's all. You change your terms, that's all. So I felt, he has always been there for me, was supportive, everything. But still, I didn't give him what he asked from me. I didn't give him whatever he wanted from me. So maybe that is a human, and sometimes you have to agree to some things. He's a human. He has feelings. He has everything a human needs to have. So if he feels some kind of distance, automatically he starts distancing himself also. He starts looking for comfort somewhere else. Or maybe he starts, pulling out away. So, I understood myself. It was my fault and everything. And I told him, okay, I am ready to, I actually also confessed about my faults. I said, I'm going to work on this. I'm going to work on this. I'm going to work on this. And he was like, you know what? Actually, after this argument, we also agreed that from now henceforth, we were how many months to our relationship by that time? I don't remember how many months we were. I don't remember how many months we were in our relationship by that time you brought up this issue again. And now the agreement was we are never going to bring up anybody or mention anybody or any kind of any other relationship, attention or anything in our relationship. It is always us. We have argument, we have issues, and we're gonna point out everything. You do something and I feel some way and I feel it is not comfortable with me, I'll tell you, you know what? If this continues, I am pulling away. Yes, just straight and direct.
Yeah.
Don't wait for 10 years to tell someone, you were not doing this and this. That is why I cheated. You were not doing this and this. That is why I got a child with somebody else.
Mhm.
You were not doing this and this. You don't wait for, not even now, one day. Don't wait.
Mhm.
You feel something is not happening well, tell us straightforward. This continues, I am not there.
Yeah.
Just straightforward. And the moment you say that, she will understand, or he will understand. She will work on herself immediately. I think most people actually, you realize something with your partner and you don't speak it out.
Mhm.
You keep it and you start feeling like, my wife has become so stubborn lately. Maybe she's not giving me peace at home. She's always complaining, blah, blah, blah. Tell her direct to her face, you know what? I'm not going to tolerate this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and gonna work for you.
It'll work. And I say this, and people don't like when I say this, but I'm very transparent. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. People are like dogs. Humans are like dogs. If I spent the next 10 years and I didn't like something that Ina was doing, and I'm speaking to you guys now, I hate to say it like this, bro, stop being a bitch. I, if I see that there's something that's not working and I'm not going to say anything for 10 years, if I say to Ina, I'm tired of this. Like, I'm tired of you doing that. I'm going out the house. I'm going to be back at 5 a.m. The first thing in her mind is going to be, tired of what? It's a regular day. We're like dogs. If my dog is going around the house and he's eating stuff and sniffing this and doing this, and one day out the blue, I decide, stop chewing my shoelaces. He's been doing it for 10 years. You have to catch a person where they are. And I'm not saying to the point, like, say she's out in public and she has wandering eyes, and I'm like, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you have to catch them where they are. Like, hey, I saw that. Like, what did I do? I saw that. I'm not mad. I understand you was admiring his physique, but I saw that. It's like, oh my God. Like, you get what I'm saying? Making a person aware doesn't have to be this big negative thing. And I'm not saying that happened, but I'm saying making a person aware does not have to be this negative thing. And that's something that I learned too. But you have to let them know in the moment. You can't just let things slide. And something to the degree of what she was saying also is, yo, I thought, and men would think this too. Logically, you think that your woman is your business. When I make a deal, like for instance, we're closing on this house. I told him the reason as to why I want this house for this price, because I saw a 5-bedroom that was a little higher, right? As men in deal situations, you're like, dang, bro. All right, with that contrast, you know what? I'll accept, or maybe I won't accept, but I have contrast. That doesn't work with a female role. I've learned this the hard way in my relationships, and I've learned this the hard way with her too. And I don't know if I almost lost her. I really no, actually I do know that I did almost lose her because I was treating it like a business. I'm like, in order for you to understand what I want, I got to tell you what another woman is willing to do or what another woman did, bro. That shit will put you in the doghouse. Like literally, you will be eating dog food. And it wasn't until she said, and again, she said this to me. She didn't say this to another guy, another shoulder to cry on, to ride on. She didn't say this to another person. She said this to me. She said, you know, I'm really heartbroken. And we went through a point where I literally almost lost. I was on the phone. Like I realized it was me and I'm pushing her and I'm pushing her away. And I asked her, I'm like, do you really want this relationship? Like, does the good outweigh the bad? And she said, no. And at that point, I prayed to God. I'm like, I want her. I love her. She's not doing things perfectly, but let me ask God how I can be the direction because I can't have these issues unresolved. But I also don't want to be the reason she don't love me no more. And it was in that moment, and we were talking, and God is like, yo, just speak to her. She says, timing is crazy. She says, you know, you can just tell me what you want. Just tell me what you want. And at the time, I was going to ChatGPT. And ChatGPT is like, a person is just supposed to come up with what they're supposed to do and this and this. And I'm like, bro, maybe she's just not getting it. Because most of the internet will say, no, she gets it. And I understand she gets it. If everybody knows what they're doing. Yo, sometimes they don't. And when she told me, just tell me. You don't have to mention other women. You don't have to say that you're going to leave. Just tell me what you want. But I swear to goodness, we probably had like 2 arguments in that since that. That was like 2 months ago. Like heated arguments. Probably only had 2 since that. But I get it now. For a woman who's healthy and whole, this ain't gonna work for women who's the toxic ones. They want you to choke them. They want you to beat their ass. But a healthy woman, she just wants to hear. She adores you, bro. She just wants to hear how she can continuously make you happy. Believe it or not. Don't treat her like a business.
Don't treat a woman like a business.
Don't treat her like a
Don't
business.
don't treat a man like a business.
So you're gonna give me that iPhone 17 or not?
Don't treat a man like a business. Don't treat it like you don't buy me an iPhone 17. You don't buy me an iPhone 17. If you don't pay my rent, if you don't pay my, they know they're supposed to do that. Any man outside there, they know they're supposed to take care of you. Yeah, they know they're supposed to take care of you. You just have to show that you're worth it.
Yes.
You are worth that iPhone 17. You're worth this beautiful home. You're worth this Maldives date.
Yeah.
You have to show it. You have to show you're worth it. Come on. If you don't show it, you don't gonna get it. If you don't show your worth, you don't gonna get it. Even in business, actually, you have to convince customer. And how do you convince them? Show them that this phone or this anything is worth this money because it comes with this and this. It's gonna serve you for this and this time. You have to show the worth. You have to show this man that you're worth everything that you want him to do for you. It is not hard for him to do. We have seen men making sacrifice, a lot of sacrifices for women. We have seen that, and we keep wondering. You see relationships online and everywhere. You keep wondering, why is this woman and not me? Why is this woman and not me? Most of them will not tell you. But personally, I will tell you, you have to show your worth. You have to show your worth these treats you want. At first, when we met, I was living in this small house and everything. Barely few months is like, I'm not going to let my ones continue staying there.
Yeah.
I'm going to get her a good house. Yeah. I was using this small Android phone. Literally, the first meetup, he was like, I'm going to upgrade your phone. I'm going to get you a better phone. I'm going to take you to better dates. I'm going to do this for you. Because what? I was submissive enough. I was giving him what he asked from me. So what makes it hard for you to give me this life? Huh? Yeah, I'm giving you whatever you require in me. I'm being an amazing woman to you. It is not hard. That is why a submissive woman controls a man.
That's true.
Right now, I don't know what I can tell you. It is hard for him to do for me. So long as he is able to do it for me, I cannot tell you one thing that I will tell. And even if he's not at the position to do it at that particular time, if I mention something, it will keep disturbing his mind. Literally disturbing his mind. And he will find a way. Even if maybe it doesn't reach whatever I mentioned or anything. Or the moment he noticed maybe I like something or I've been admiring something or something like that, he will still come up with it. He will come up with it. Why? Be an amazing woman. Show your worth. That's the point. Show you're worth it.
She's true. I mean, she's telling the truth. And something I'm going to tell you guys. People don't know this about me, but I've been doing my drumming channel, and I've gotten to 30,000 on Instagram. I've gotten to 16,000 on YouTube. But this is the most wild part. Most people do things because they want an end result, right? The reason why you can't have the results that you want in a relationship, a marriage, a good wife, a good husband, is because you're not focused on who you need to be. You want the end result. You're not shooting the driver. You're shooting the tires. You're shooting the engine, but you're not shooting the one thing that drives the entire vehicle. And when I did my drumming channel, even so much today, I swear to goodness, to this day, I have not collected one penny with YouTube. I can, but I haven't collected the penny because I just didn't really care. And the truth is, same thing with Instagram, same thing with TikTok. TikTok had to tell me, yo, you got money in the account. like, or Instagram, one of them, I can't remember. They had to tell me, I think it was YouTube, one of them, you have money in the account. I'm like, oh shoot. But the reason being is when I started, I had the good heart for people. When I started it, it was one person who was commented consistently. Then it was 5. Then it was 10. And then it was 15. And it just kept going on and going on. So much so now they're talking about your drums sound good and this and this. And I'm thinking of all these issues that people have that I can solve within just this small community of drummers. And it was who I was being that then turned other people to say, yo, Don, are you going to NAM? No, I'm not going to NAM. We'll pay for your ticket for NAM. And I couldn't make it that year. We'll pay for your ticket. We'll pay for your stay. I'm talking a trip that costs $8,000. We'll pay for this. Hey, Don, it's Jenny. I have this product that I want you to do. Like, these phone calls kept coming in. These emails kept coming in. I'm like, how the hell you get my number? You know, I don't even care. But the point is, don't be one of those people like, I'm a good person. I'm a pick me. I'm this. You don't have to say you're good. I get online and I'm not even perfect. Sometimes I'm cussing. Sometimes, Don J, yo, welcome to the video, man. If you don't learn this, it's because you suck. I'm joking, but listen, I'm being myself. And it's working because I'm giving. People can sense your heart. There are comedians right now who, you know, cuss from here to wazoo, but you can see their heart. You can see how good, how well they present themselves and how they are for people. You have to be for people in order for people to see and give back to you. T.D. Jakes said it best, and I'll never forget it. He said, don't nobody give you more money than when you don't need it. People give to you when they respect who you are to them. So if you're in a relationship, whether man, boy, women, girl, especially to my younger guys, learn this. If you be the person that she can see in the future, you will always have her. And even if you want to get technical, you will most likely always have her. The truth is, she's not falling in love with money, bro. She's not like literally saying, I'm gonna sleep with you and I'm gonna hold this dollar bill on my face when I'm gonna sleep like this. She's not doing that. She wants to know that I have security. And what security means is, I want to cut the line, damn it. That's the truth. Security is, I want to cut the line. Security is not, you made $30,000 for the last 5 years. That's not security. I want to cut the line, damn it. I want to go to the movie and they say, oh, it's Ina Johnson. Ina, come. She wants to build something with you so that when you go places, you're recognized. Is that so hard to ask for? Why are you guilting women into wanting stuff that God himself put inside of them to want? You should be the one that's ambitious enough. It should be so bad that you could be spit broken. Woman says, I know this is Caesar. I know your character, baby boy. This is Caesar. We gonna ride this out together. She believes in it because she knows deep down inside, you know this, even when you're torn, frustrated, broken, she knows it's deep down inside. But I'm telling you, one of the quickest ways to lose your woman, unfortunately, is to just die off. Just die off. And now she's watching soap operas and this and that and this and that. And y'all sitting in the bed scrolling on your phones next to each other every night to go to sleep. I would rather pound her out than to sit here scrolling on the phone and we go to sleep together.
Yeah.
And this is Don J here and
Ina J.
What Distance?
What Distance?
See y'all in the next one.
Peace.
I wasn't searching for forever when I stepped on that flight. Just another destination, just another night. Different skies above me, different roads below. Never thought a stranger's smile would become my home. You were laughter in the sunlight, peace inside the noise. A million little moments turning into one choice. Everybody talks about distance like it's made of stone, but I've never felt closer than when we're alone. Late night conversations through another time zone, building something beautiful from thousands of miles gone. Every day I wake up, every city that I see feels a little more complete because you're here with me. Maybe love was always bigger than the maps we draw. Maybe hearts know places that we've never been before. So deep, love beyond an image to keep. I'm so gone when I'm with you, and my heart heart is just for me. A million miles away from you, every dream I had came true. Funny how the world gets smaller when you know someone, so every fear that tried to stop me slowly lost.